Welcome to the in-flight navigation training course. In this lesson, we will use a heading indicator, the aircraft clock, and the knee board to navigate between waypoints. Press the space bar to continue. The aircraft clock is mounted at the bottom of the instrument panel. Push the clock stopwatch button by pressing the right Alt plus C combination on the keyboard. The thin seconds hand begins its sweep around the dial, marking each passing second. Simultaneously, the minute hand, arrowed in its form, moves accordingly, tracking the passage of time in minutes. The stopwatch button consecutively toggles the following functions: start, stop, reset. We'll use the stopwatch to determine the distance traveled at a constant speed. Okay, now press right Alt plus C twice to stop the stopwatch and reset the hands to the 0 position. To know the current aircraft heading, we'll use the heading indicator. If the course to the next waypoint is not mentioned explicitly in the flight briefing, you can find the correct value by using the ruler tool on the F10 map. So, open the map by pressing the F10 key, then pressing spacebar to continue. First, select a ruler by left-clicking on the ruler icon located on the top toolbar. It is useful to note here that to the right of the ruler there is a unit switcher icon to have either imperial or metric measurements of your choice. Okay, right-click over the initial waypoint of the desired leg of the route, then stretch the ruler to the next waypoint and check the readings. Press the space bar. The readings next to the ruler contain magnetic and true azimuths and the distance between the two waypoints. At the moment you reach the first point of the leg selected, turn to the heading matching the azimuth reading and start the stopwatch to tick the time required to reach the end of the leg. There are some quick brain methods to estimate the time. For example, you can easily work out the time of a leg at 400 knots by knowing that you need around 1.5 minutes for every 10 nautical miles of distance. Press the space bar to continue. In the simulator, you may cheat a bit. You can always check the sim-integrated knee board with the flight route and your current position in the airspace. Return back to the cockpit by pressing the F1 key and then press the right shift plus K combination to bring the knee board on the screen. Use the left or right square bracket buttons to page left or page right on the knee board to find the page with the map and the flight route drawn over it. Press the right Control plus K to mark and see your current position. That's the trick. But okay, let's move on. Press right shift plus K to close the knee board window and get ready to take the controls. Press the space bar. Let's get down to practice. Once airborne, change the heading to 70 degrees, climb to 3,000 feet, adjust the airspeed to a constant 400 knots. Notice the large urban area ahead, our first nav point, and fly towards it. Once over the town, turn to 92 degrees and start the stopwatch, right Alt plus C. Follow to the next waypoint, keeping the speed of 400 knots as constant as possible. Recall the kneeboard by pressing right shift plus K. Change to the flight path map with the left or right square bracket buttons, and check your position using right control plus K. At the moment the stopwatch ticks 3 elapsed minutes, try to visually locate the airfield in the distance. This is our next point. Once over the airfield, use the right Alt plus C combination to reset the stopwatch and start a new timing run for the next leg. Turn to 60 degrees and proceed to the next waypoint in the queue, maintaining the speed of 400 knots. This leg will require the same 3 minutes as the previous one. Visually locate the bridge ahead, the end point of the current leg. Once over the bridge, turn to 83 degrees. Call to the Krasnodar Center Tower via the radio menu and follow the guidance orders if you wish. We will end the lesson at this point. You may press escape to end the lesson or left shift plus R to restart.
Krasnodar, forward 8, inbound. Krasnodar, forward 8, request landing.